If you're looking for a dish that's healthy, easy to make, and looks pretty darn good, you've come to the right place. Hi, my name is El. Come for the excellent puns, stay for everything else. I know it's been a hot minute, but it's good to see you all again. I've been busy serving the nation, sort of, and we are back once again with a brand new recipe. I'm sure most of you are already familiar with what a Chawanmushi is, and for those of you who are not, well, I guess this video sort of helps to some extent. Probably. Now, this is a dish that's commonly served as an appetizer or a side dish at many decent or not so decent Japanese restaurants or establishments, whatever you want to call them, and if done right, is light, decadent, and silky smooth. Oh, and for those of you wondering, the name Chawanmushi translates into tea, cup, steam, which is more or less what we're gonna do today. So with that out of the way, let's get cracking. I'll be splitting this recipe into three main components: the steamed egg, the sauce, and the extra credit. For the steamed egg, you'll need soy sauce, mirin, eggs, and dashi. If you don't have dashi, then chicken stock should work fine as well. Begin by cracking your eggs into a bowl. Using only one hand to crack them is not required, but will score you some extra points on my imaginary scorecard. Crack the yolks and mix to combine. Here, I'm using chopsticks not just because I'm Asian, but because I don't want to incorporate too much air into it. Having too much air means there will be bubbles, and bubbles will lead to a very crappy custard. Next, add your eggs to your dashi. You want to use 160 grams of stock for every egg used. Also, make sure to taste it beforehand. You want it to be mildly salty. If it's too salty, then just pour in some water to dilute it. To the mixture, add in about 20 grams of light soy sauce and 12 grams of mirin. Give everything a mix and then give it a taste. You want it to have enough flavor to mask the eggy flavor. If it's too salty, add a bit more water. If it's too eggy, add a bit more soy or mirin. Strain your mixture to remove any lumps or stubborn bits of egg whites. I guess if you suck at cracking eggs, then this will help ensure there are no shells inside as well. Next, pour the mixture into one of these teacup looking things or any ceramic bowl. You want to leave some room at the top, especially if you're adding other ingredients. If we've ever learned anything from science class, it's that displacement is a very real thing. Here, I went with some sliced shiitake mushrooms because they have really good flavor, and more importantly, that's all I had on hand. If you want to get a bit fancier, you can add things like seafood, pork, chicken, fish cake, or even ginkgo nuts. Let the mixture sit for about 10 minutes so any bubbles on the surface disappear. This ensures you have a silky smooth custard. Alternatively, if you have one of these, just run it over the top real quickly to remove the bubbles. Remember, say no to bubbles. Finally, cover the custards and steam them for about 14 to 18 minutes. While that's going on, let's make the sauce. Now, this isn't needed nor is it super traditional, but I find that it's a good way to add a bit more flavor to the dish. In a saucepan, add 40 grams of chicken stock, 6 grams of mirin, 12 grams of light soy sauce, and 2 grams of cornstarch mixed with a little bit of water. Don't worry if it looks cloudy. Give everything a mix and bring it to a boil. Reduce it until it coats the back of the spoon, just like this, and then set it aside to cool. Once 14 minutes have passed, check to see if your custards have set. If not, just give them a few more minutes. If they're set, place them aside to cool slightly. Now, you can add a spoonful of the sauce and eat it as is, but come on, you know we're gonna be a bit extra. Cut some enoki mushrooms into strips about this length. Mix equal parts of water and cornstarch and coat the mushrooms in it. Place a pan over medium to high heat, pour in some vegetable oil and let it heat up. You want your oil to be about 180 to 190 degrees Celsius. But if you don't have a thermometer, then you're gonna have to eyeball it. Just place in a stalk of mushroom, and if it doesn't sizzle just like this, give the oil a minute or two more to heat up. Fry off the mushrooms a bit at a time until golden and crispy. I try to move the mushrooms around a bit to prevent clumping. That way I can get nicer looking stalks. Drain them on some paper towels and sprinkle them with a bit of salt. To plate up, pour in about a spoonful of the sauce, or as much as you need to cover the top with a thin layer. Top it off with some of your crispy mushrooms right before serving, and either eat it as is, or cover it before serving it to your guests. And there you have it, how to make chawanmushi. Keep in mind that if you're gonna eat this right out of the steamer, it's gonna be piping hot, so try not to burn yourself. I've done this way too many times, so try to learn from my mistakes. Also, you can store it in the fridge and eat it cold for a different culinary experience. But that's it for today, my friends. I'll see you all back here next week for a video just like this. In the meantime, if you enjoyed the video and haven't done so already, hit that like button and do consider subscribing because it really helps the channel. Also, if you want to follow me on my socials, links to everything can be found in the description. I post there from time to time, so feel free to check them out as well as the rest of the channel. And finally, let me know what are some of your favorite things to have with your chawanmushi in the comments down below. But for now, I'll say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you beautiful people in the next video.